Good evening, everyone. I am Digo Dragon, your dungeon master for tonight. We are having session 2 of our Dracadia campaign. With us, we have our players. We have Smarty as Uin Lad.
Close enough.
Close enough. Okay. Well, I will get it right. Be patient. Xencarn as Benqua.
Yo.
Tetsuknife as Koni.
Ahoy, ahoy.
BlueHamsterBean as Flint.
Glad to be here.
And Professor Milt Draconian as Sergeant Leonard.
Howdy.
All right, so we have a full team tonight. When we last left the group, they had found an encampment a little bit north of the village. They were attacked by some strange wolves made out of shadow. Finding no campers here at the campsite, they did find a map to the mines that were long since closed off for a few decades. Why is that important to these campers? We're not sure. We will start the session with Sergeant Leonard coming in and finding his way to catch up with the party as he wants to check in on them, I believe.
Yes, as a matter of fact. So, at whatever time of day it happens to be that he finally catches up with you all, it's not hard to hear just a bit of a huffing and puffing off in the trees, as well as the clank of armor. And, well, around the bend comes a fairly solidly middle-aged man. One of the few professional soldiers in town, or really in the local area. Sergeant Leonard Giles, your friendly neighborhood watchman and, well, sergeant-at-arms for the whole town. Basically, he is... I imagine him as sort of the one actually trained professional, like, guardsman in the town. So he's kind of the only... He's kind of the combination of the police chief and the only, patrol, beat cop out there. Just because, nothing happens out here. It's not a terribly dangerous place. Why would they need more? All he does is really escort people home when they're drunk.
Exactly. Goes Leonard, volunteer dude for night shift, angry mob.
Angry Bob.
Well, I imagine he also deals with, all of Koni's disturbing the peace violations.
Oh, yes. Well, still better than the war.
Hey, Lenny. Yeah, she stabbed someone again. That was a pretty nasty wound. Patched it up pretty handily, though. Yeah. She says it was self-defense. Yeah, this guy sort of attacks people occasionally like that. Incidentally, I think he just got out of jail. Whatever.
Anyway, so yes, around the tree comes Sergeant Giles. Well, finally got up to you lot.
Hey there, Sarge. How are you doing?
Oh, hey, Guile.
He kind of straightens up a bit, kind of pops something in his back through his armor. Oh, this stuff does get heavier as I get older.
Yeah. It's also a bit loud, but thankfully we took care of the problem before you arrived. Unfortunately, it kind of disappeared into thin air, and Flint just kind of gestures to thin air because he forgets that the wolves have since disappeared and just looks a little silly and shrugs.
Were you expecting him to arrest the wolves if we brought them in alive?
No, I wasn't. I just
Getting
wanted there to be
older.
evidence of why we were in a camp here. We found a map, though, to some people who appear to be squatting in the local old Embershard mines. That's probably illegal, I'm guessing. They don't seem to be officials of any sort.
Well, they would have to have a title and deed of property, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, we could search the camp for one. We were planning on having a stakeout to see what they look like. That sounded like fun.
Right. Stakeout.
Yeah.
Steak.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've just, sort of had a night in the woods. Sort of looks around. It's worth noting that while a lot of townsfolk may be uncomfortable this deep in the woods, Flint seems unusually comfortable here. Like, probably as comfortable as Windlass. Or Lad, sorry.
A druid.
Sergeant Giles has pure confidence in the power of the book of laws he carries.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Absolutely fine. There's no danger whatsoever staying the night in a Fey woods.
I mean, there's fairies, but I mean,
Completely unrelated question. How attached to you are you to your toes?
Well, I have 9 of them left.
you lost one? That sucks.
Oh, yeah, stabbed in the foot.
Oh, yikes. That sounds painful. Oof.
So it looks like the plan is to stake out the area and wait to see who shows up.
Stake out, stake out, stake out. Wait, am I? Yeah, whatever.
And then we can ask them if they have the title indeed.
Sounds good.
All
Yeah,
right.
assuming they don't just attack. Well, whatever. We'll see what happens.
We will see. All right. So you all basically find a nice hiding spot. There's plenty in every direction. And as you sit down to have your snack or whatever and wait for someone to show up, currently it's afternoon, mid-afternoon. Slowly becomes late afternoon. Hour passes, 2 hours. At about the 2.5 hour mark, you can hear the sound of a wagon on the main road nearby coming by your direction. You kind of peer out above the foliage of the brush. Oh,
So which direction do we hear it coming from?
you're hearing it come from the northeast and it's moving southward.
So it's on a road, of course.
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, I think Flint would look to Koni, and then he would start to move towards the bush to try and take a look along the road, but then sort of face palm and sort of look to Koni and say, "Yeah, maybe you should be the one to poke their head out and get a visual on them."
Koni just dived into the bushes to hide in general, but she sort of pokes her head out of them. It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
I mean, I can do it if you don't.
I'm imagining like this
I think
ear
that
come
would
up
end
like a
in a lot of fire.
periscope. Just...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, her ears swivel up out of the bushes like a periscope, like in a Bugs Bunny cartoon. That's brilliant. Okay, East Edge. Yeah, Koni will just like full Rambo commando, kind of just sneak through the bushes, try to get a better look at things.
Okay.
And I'd better roll another stealth.
All right. You see a wagon coming down, and it's got all these knickknacks and things just hanging off the sides, on top of the roof, tied on the back in little bags. The first unusual thing is that you don't see the animal pulling this wagon. You see the stirrups and the harnesses and tackle like from the wagon forward, but they just almost look like float in the air, as whatever creature is pulling this wagon is invisible. Sitting in the driver's seat is this small little gnome-ish man. He's got the beard and the nice, kind of a well-used hat, but seems to be the kind that he would be very comfortable in. A little bit of eccentric on the colors, some knickknacks in his various pockets, and he's smoking a pipe as he's just basically traveling down south towards your village.
Now, this fellow, the colors of his outfit, are they like would they be like of some sort of livery or anything?
No.
Okay.
You've seen him travel to the village before. You don't interact with him too much, but you know that he is one of the traveling merchants that frequents the area.
Well, I have no reason to. If he's a local, and he's like been here before, I have no reason. I don't think I would have that much reason to suspect him or anything, would I?
No.
And how close is Koni to the cart?
It'll when it passes by you at its closest, you'll be about 15 feet away. Or yeah, 15 feet.
Okay, yeah. So it's not like she could just reach out and grab something off the cart. I see.
Not without making a little move.
Yeah, I know better than to rob a guy whose imaginary horses are actually pulling his cart. So yeah, Koni will just sort of like slip back through the woods and head back to the others, and yeah, it's okay, guys. It's just that wizard dude who shows up in town every now and then.
Wait, the guy with so the guy with the ravens or the guy with the imaginary horse?
It's
Guy-
The imaginary horse guy.
Oh,
Uin Lad,
Yeah.
you are
Hello,
familiar
everyone.
with this person. You've spoke with him many of times. You know that he is the traveling merchant Flimbajim.
You know what? I'm gonna go say hi.
Okay. So you go step out of the woods onto the side of the
Gonna
road.
float out in front of the car and be like, ah,
You're gonna jump in
brave
front of the
ones.
cart.
Just like float in front of the car, not in direct harm, but like above it. So if he's not paying attention, he'll just go under me.
Well, he will definitely see you
oh, I gotta
and
see this.
pull on the reins to stop his animal from going
The
right by
brave
you.
one entering the Feywoods.
Ah, Uin Lad. Great to see you.
How you been?
I've been doing great. Now that the
Awesome.
winters end, it's time to get her back on the road and continue my efforts to collect and trade the shiniest of goods across these south woods. What brings you out here?
We're doing important business things.
Important business things.
Yeah.
Ah. Anything I could be privy to, or is this more personal
Well,
important?
there's some spooky wolves that do. Oh, actually, you might be able to. Hang on, it'll just and it just flies back. Who's got the weird spooky vial that fell out of the wall?
Oh, I do.
What's this
Okay,
about?
can I have that?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll hand that over.
And you take it and then fly it back.
I heard a
So this
question. Hold on.
He's Sergeant Giles is just going to turn
Mm.
to someone and say, "A what fell out of a what now?"
Oh, when
Yeah,
I
you
shot
weren't
the
here
wolves
for
with
that.
fire arrows, they kind of just disappeared into nothingness and left behind a couple of trinkets.
Yeah, they appeared to be summoned creatures of some sort, like summoned from the Shadow Realm or something. I'm more familiar with the Feywild myself, but yeah, they were not nice. And they had
Just,
treasure inside them, which is strange. I wonder if like
Ju-
someone is using them to collect that stuff.
a face that's just all rapid blinking, and then oh,
Yep, this is magical crime.
the vial like, what can you make of this?
So, which of the two vials are you showing them? Both? One?
Both.
Both? Okay. Philip Jim will take out a monocle, put it on, take the vials, kind of look at them over, sniff the cork on each one. Well, this one's definitely a healing potion. It's not too bad. This other one, antitoxin. Could be useful if you get bitten by anything, especially around here. You say you got these off what now?
Spooky shadow wolves, except we thought they were frost wolves, but no, they were shadow wolves.
Shadow wolves, huh?
Yeah, it was weird.
Just out in the middle of nowhere here?
Yeah, the postie got munched by some frost wolves, except they're not frost wolves, and so we came out here to find them, and then we had the weird shadow wolves, and then this fell out of them.
Ah, interesting. You want me to take a look around? Maybe my nose can find something.
No, I don't want to. Maybe once you've set yourself up, but I don't want to, keep you if you're moving on.
All right, fair enough. I'll be heading back and get to the village. I got lots of stuff to do. You know where to find me.
Did we have visual on this conversation?
You can if you want. It's not difficult.
Okay. I think, like, Flint doesn't expect much from this, but he would definitely be keeping an eye on this merchant's face as he's talking. So I think I'd like to roll an insight check, if that's all right.
All right. With a 10, you can tell that he seems interested in what Uin Lad doing out here. He is a nosy type of merchant.
Fair enough.
Nothing untowards. He's just curious, as
All right.
many gnomes tend to be.
I think Flint just sort of stares, and just sort of yawns as he's watching this, like not seeing anything interesting on his face, and then just puts his hand over his mouth, like, oh crap, probably shouldn't have made that noise, and immediately like goes down in the bushes.
All right. All right. Well, if you find anything interesting and shiny,
Absolutely, bring it your way.
that's a good lass.
Hmm.
All right, then. I'll be off. Hope to see you later.
Yeah.
All right. He flicker the reins, and the invisible creature pulling his cart starts moving forward again.
Leaves him off.
Okay.
Does a bit of a flip in the air and then returns to the others.
I think Flint just watches the cart go by, sort of tilts his head curiously. When Uin Lad comes back, he sort of looks back to her and says, "I've always wondered what spell he used to summon that horse."
Oh yeah,
You
no,
have
that
any idea?
magic.
Yeah, it's not any magic I know of. Probably wizard stuff.
Yeah, nothing.
Wizards get the coolest stuff.
He says magic and it's spelt with a J.
Oh, no, that's just pretentious.
Yeah.
What is the party doing now?
Do we want to wait any longer? I think we were planning on staying the night just so we, could arrive at the cave the next day without harassment.
I think we were also going to see if anyone came out of the cave and came back here.
Oh yeah, that too.
Back
Right.
to the camp.
Glad we got your keen mind on this.
Yes, what would you ever do without me?
There'd be fewer stab wounds, but honestly, some of the people he stabbed kind of deserved it. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that in front of you, Sarge.
Mischief.
Yeah, maybe I'll let the next
Sorry.
Shadow Wolves eat you and drag you back into their lair for nom noms.
Oh, hey, now that's just mean. Honestly.
I'm mean.
Okay, fair.
Power.
Look, hey, sorry about that.
Do magic wolves have lairs?
They have magic layers.
Well, they imagine they.
Oh no, that makes sense to me.
No, I think like if they're summoned creatures, they have whatever layers they're summoned or summoned. Although that was bad wording. But we are still assuming they were summoned. Although I can't imagine why shadow wolves would just store potions and like silver inside themselves. Otherwise, that doesn't seem like normal behavior. I mean, when they just want to eat their prey, why would they care about the money?
Right,
Well, presumably someone would have summoned them to eat their enemies, not so much as them eating their prey.
Fair enough, yeah, but like, I don't think this is just about enemies, because if it's just about enemies, you just kill the enemy and get out of there. You don't take their stuff.
well, there was that fish one time.
Fish?
Yeah, Joseph fished him out of the river, and when he cut it open, right, its stomach was just full of all sorts of stuff it had eaten.
That is generally what the stomach is, yes.
Well, yes, but what it eaten is right, like fish hooks and other stuff that it just happened to swallow while it was going about its regular business. So if you have a wolf that eats someone and, say, eats them all up, then they might swallow a coin purse or two, or a bag or something. Especially if there's magic.
It's actually a decent point. Huh. I hadn't considered that.
Well, if they actually did literally eat magic, that would kind of make sense, I guess, as much as magic makes sense to begin with. I'm not a wizard.
Actually, just quick question for wait, which one of us took those silver pieces? I was just gonna take a look at them real quick. Actually, someone who's more like arcane inclined, like Benqua or maybe Uin Lad should take a look at this too. I'm just wondering if like, I know sometimes when you summon something, you need something to keep it here. Like you can't just make it out of nothing. You need to anchor it to something. Although this is probably just reaching for straws. that the
With money,
phrase?
maybe. I don't really know much. What it must be really awkward if you died with a healing potion and then they ate the healing potion.
I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to say it out loud.
It's not awkward.
yeah.
That's ironic.
Yeah, and kind of sad.
Yeah. Anyway, this is probably just not going to have anything come up, but let me just sit back for a moment, and Flint, while other people are doing whatever they like, will spend 10 minutes to cast Detect Magic, so other people can just do whatever they like while he's doing that.
And you're casting Detect Magic on.
He only needs to look at the coins.
You do so. The coins do not radiate any sort of magic.
Yeah. I think Flint just picks them up, shrugs. They're regular coins. He would actually make a perception check, though, just to see if anything looks different on the coins. Like, are there any markings on there that shouldn't be?
No, they are minted from the Northern Kingdom.
Oh, they're minted from the north. Interesting. I think at that, Flint sort of narrows his eyes and says, "Hey, hold on a second. Well, actually, I'm probably being silly. Do these coins often find use down here, or are they more commonly used up in the north?"
They can find use down here. Merchants from the north will carry them.
Oh, common. Yeah, okay, so they're not uncommon. Yeah.
Embershard
Oh,
is near
yeah.
the border between the North and the South Kingdom,
So
so
they get a lot of cross trade.
you'll get cross trade, yeah.
Yeah. I think Flint just shrugs. Yeah, nothing came of it, his thought, and just gives the coins back. Leans back, crosses his legs, sort of gets comfortable in the shade, looks around. So, how are we going to do the stakeout? Who wants to watch when?
The key with any good stakeout is not to be seen,
Yeah,
Mhm.
which
very
means
true.
I shouldn't be part of it.
Ah, yeah.
It means
Clank,
that you
clank,
can
clank.
go first or last.
Okay.
To be honest, I'm a little uncoordinated. Well, that maybe shouldn't like be clanking around. Well, not clanking, but like stumbling around.
Well, then he should probably take first watch then.
Me or
No,
Giles?
Guile.
Oh yeah, sure, Lenny.
The
Yeah,
not sneaky people should go first and last, and then everyone else in between.
sounds good.
Right, when something more interesting is likely to happen.
Probably.
Okay, so
All right.
who's got first watch?
Who has like the best perception and stealth? Probably Koni. Oh wait, no, not first watch. That'd be second or third. Sorry.
Hmm.
Well, I can take first watch. Anyway, I believe passive perception for him is 13.
Okay, you're going to take first watch.
Yes, I will take first watch. Just no. Well, actually, 12. Passive perception is 12. So
Okay.
my guess was very close there. But anyway, if he needs me to roll, I will. But otherwise, I guess the DC to just slip by the good sergeant here is 12.
Okay. You take first watch. Nothing unusual happens. It's the woods. You get your usual sound of animals and birds and whatever's.
Mhm.
But the late afternoon passes without any incident into nightfall. And no one has come back. Who's got second watch?
Yeah, sure. I'll do second.
All right.
Same passive.
I think Flint might join Benqua, and will sort of assist. Sort of just restlessly stumbles around, not really able to sleep in this lighting, and just mumbles something about a guy named Athair before getting out and just saying, "Restless, I'll help out." So I think that adds 5 to Benqua, like from advantage on passive, if we're doing it like that.
You continue along, doing your watch, you two. Benka, you're the first to notice there is some rustling from the bushes to the north.
I will say nothing, but I will point.
So a rustling in the bushes where?
To the north of the camp.
Okay, I think Flint looks over, sort of just nods, and Flint, I think we both have dark vision, but I think Flint is going to pay some extra attention and also just get ready to wake up anyone if necessary. And is going to try to see if he can make out in the sound of like growling, a drop in temperature, or possibly like a shape in the bushes.
Okay.
I'll cast guidance on him as well
Hey,
for
thanks.
the extra D4.
All right.
Because why the fuck
Roll
not?
me perception.
Will do. Here's to a better roll. Oh, there it is. So 10.
10. Okay. Oh, 10. Good. All right. You're not feeling any drop in temperatures. No weird growling or anything. What's in the bushes is small, though. And
Okay.
you get the sense that it's watching you.
Okay. I think Flint might sort of his eyes perk up at that, and I think he might look up to Benka and just sort of mouth, "Back me up if anything happens." And I think Flint
That's
might just
fine.
sort of nonchalantly amble over, try and make it look like he's not really caring much, but probably not doing a great job of it because his deception isn't great, and just sort of sit down next to the bush, just sort of put his head down, and then just sort of whisper, "You want something to eat? It's only proper hospitality."
You kind of hear a faint, like, panting, like a dog would when it's kind of happy and likes what you said.
I think Flint smirks, and then I'll sort of look down in the bush, see if he can get a closer look. Like not like approaching in a threatening way, more like just sort of turning his neck to see if at this distance it looks he can make it out better, sort of.
You can make out what appears to be a small fox in the bushes.
I think Flint sort of he's not disappointed by this actually. I think he sort of smirks and sort of will pull out sort of a bit of dried meat that he has from his pack and will sort of like offer it. Will this require animal handling or?
You don't need animal handling unless you're trying to handle the animal in some way.
Fair enough. Yeah, mainly just offering food.
And it's dried meat, you say?
Yeah, some dried meat.
Excellent choice. All right, chef kiss. Mwah. Okay.
I hope that's a good chef kiss.
Yeah, the fox kind of looks at you, looks at your hand, looks at the offering, slowly reaches out, grabs the food with its mouth, and kind of slinks back and then chews it up and swallows real quick. Just yum, 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 yum.
While it's doing that, may I make an insight check to try and assess whether or not there is some intelligence behind this being? Because it recognized the word food. No, that may be not necessarily the most suspicious thing in the world, but just checking.
Okay.
Like, is it displaying sapience, if you will?
Roll.
23.
23. Okay. On a 23, yeah, this fox seems to understand every word you have said so far.
Okay. Yeah, I think
Is it-
Flint just grins wider.
Is it within 30 feet?
Yes.
I'm going to burn a spell slot, I think, and cast Detect Magic.
For a moment, I thought you were going to say you were about to burn the fox.
I'm going to burn a forest.
Well, that
Look,
would get
you
rid
set
of the
the-
fox, I imagine, but isn't that
If
a
you set
little
the fox on
overkill?
fire, it stops being a problem. Like 90% of things.
Look, man,
Set the
if you build a man a fire, you keep him warm for an evening. But if you set a man on fire, you keep him warm for the rest of his life. This applies to foxes too.
you set
Very
the fox
short
on
life,
fire,
I
it
would
becomes
imagine.
a web browser.
Yeah. All right, you cast Detect Magic, and the fox does glow magical. Very natural old fey magic.
Okay.
I think
I'm gonna-
sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I'm just gonna gesture for Flint to come back.
I think Flint looks up and actually just sort of holds a hand up and sort of just nods his head and mouths. And just sort of mouths, "I know." Before turning back to the critter and saying, "Well, you've offered you hospitality. You staying the night?" It's not often. It's been a while since I've talked to one of the fair folk. Spent a while out here myself.
Fox kind of regards your question, thinks about it, and then it replies
Oh,
in a voice that you can hear, and Benko, you can hear it too. Are you offering more food?
it's what you want. Sure thing.
Yes?
It's only hospitable. And I think Flint will sort of walk out and actually prepare to make something a little bit nicer. Like he'll, I think, expend one of his rations to do this and just like make a nice sort of stew as best he can, and sort of start getting that ready. Trying to keep the fire low so it's not visible, like it's only a small fire.
Okay.
And he'll sort of look to the fox and just say, "I won't ask your name. I know that's rude. I know some of the rules. But what brought you here tonight? Just checking out the commotion? Seems like there's been a lot of traffic through here lately."
The fox regards the fire warily, so it does not get close. But it does sit down at the edge of the camp. I was merely curious. Wondering what you all are doing out in these woods this night.
Well,
You're not the original campers here, are you?
oh no, we're not. As a matter of fact, I think what the original campers did may have caused us a few problems earlier today.
Oh?
Yeah, you know anything about some shadowy wolves that have been kind of coming through here lately?
I'm familiar with shadows. They can take many shapes and forms.
Yeah, they can.
Hmm.
Not really my kind of expertise. But
I'm gonna pull out one of the coins that we like pulled out of the wolf, and sort of like be like, does this like what can you what can you sense off this?
The fox kind of steps a little closer to sniff at it. It is a metal.
yeah, I don't think if detect magic doesn't show anything, I don't think our friend here is probably going to see it. But that was worth a shot.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Anyway,
'Cause, yeah, when we killed the shadow wolves, they like dropped a bunch of stuff, which seemed odd.
Killed the shadows.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can shadows bleed?
Oh, it didn't bleed. It just kind of evaporated. I wonder if it wasn't conjured by something.
How do you know
Could be
they're
problematic
dead?
for you.
Damn it.
Good point. So how have things been in the woods? I left a while ago.
There is a
Not
danger
hope.
in the woods. You have met it. You have fought against it. It is not here at the moment. The campers are not here at the moment. The two are not related.
Really? Insight check. Okay, here it is. Because, you know, fairies, they can be deceptive.
Yeah, we can.
Rip.
Yeah, you're not sure if he's
Yeah.
just speaking gibbery or not.
I think by this point, the stew's probably mostly ready, and Flint will sort of pull out a bowl and ladle some of it into it and sort of move it forward towards the fox, but otherwise just leave the sort of between the fire and him, and just say, "Really, danger in the woods. Is it a danger to you? If so, we could cooperate. Wouldn't be my first time working with people like you."
There are many dangers in these woods. This particular danger, though, is against your village. The
Yeah,
ones that camped here earlier are a danger.
we may or may not have a few ideas where the campers were, but not about this shadow thing. That's a little bit more mysterious.
It's very mysterious, isn't it?
You didn't answer my question, though. Is it a
Did I?
danger to you?
Are shadows dangerous?
They can be. Or perhaps what hides in them. Depends on what we're talking about.
I know as much as you do about the shadows.
Well, fair enough. Honestly, just sitting down and sharing a meal with a guest is enough. I'm glad we got to chat tonight. I won't ask for your name, but do you have something you like people to call you?
No.
Fair enough. I'll call you Mr. Fox then. You can call me Mr. Fire.
How banal.
I'm not the most inventive when it comes to names.
I suppose not. I will tell you that the shadows are a recent visitor to these woods. I don't know what they are.
And yet apparently they've been coming every 10 years. How recent is recent? I know you lived for a very long time, or tend to.
They're quite recent. 4, maybe 5 suns ago.
A sun. I see we use different units of measurement. Or perhaps...
What other unit of measurement is there? Ones that you create?
Yeah. I'll try and do some thinking about that. But thank you, Mr. Fox.
Well, thank you for the meal.
And I do hope the stew was to your liking. Yeah, not sure if I put a little too much salt in it.
It is fine.
Well, that's good. Well, before you go, I do have another question.
Oh.
I kind of have 2 dads. One of my dads, the other dad, as I call him, he kind of just left on me a while back. Name of Athair? Have any idea where he went? I'm a little worried about him.
I do not know anyone by that name.
May I insight check this one?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'll actually add 3 to that because I grabbed history again. Nat 20, anyway.
You're positive this fox does not know Athair.
Okay, fair enough. I think Flint just sort of shrugs. Fair enough. These are big woods. Yeah. I guess if you ever want to share a meal again or just chat over a cup of tea or something, well, follow my scent, and you're welcome. Or perhaps I'll just try and find you if you don't mind. But yeah, if you ever meet a guy named Athair, well, I can trade in favors if you want to let me know.
No, you have treated me very kindly sharing your food, so I will give you this bit of advice that the woods have been speaking about this night.
Really?
The ones who have camped here before you, they are arguing.
Huh.
Whether to go into the mountain or go into your settlement.
Oh. Well, that's very good to know. That was very kind of you.
You are most welcome. Ta-ta for now.
Ta-ta for now. Enjoy a nice evening walk, and may your prey be bountiful.
And the fox hops away and skittles back into the woods, disappears into the darkness.
I think Flint just keeps the smile on his face for a good, minute. And then he turns back to Benqua, and we'll sort of nod, and then we'll go over to the sergeant, and then I'll sort of just shake Sergeant Giles awake gently. Hey, Lenny. Hey, Lenny.
What? What's up?
Sorry to
What's
wake you up, but we just got some new information that could possibly need to get back to the town really quickly.
All right, he rubs the sleep from his eyes real quick. He hadn't had time to, fall into a really deep sleep yet.
Just sort of winces and says, "Sorry about that. I know you need your shut eye, but this came up unexpectedly."
That's all right. I'm all in line of duty. Now, what's this about? Something important?
Well, let's just say we had a little chat with a fox. Crazy enough as that sounds. And,
several blinks.
Look, they were a fairy. But little kindness goes a long way. Rule number 1 with fairies. Show respect, be hospitable. The opposite will get you pranked or worse. This little guy seemed to appreciate my stew and my hospitality, so he told me that apparently the people who we found on this map who are currently in the mountain are currently debating among themselves whether or not to go deeper in the mountain or possibly attack the village. Again, this is a fairy. Could be made up, could be a prank, but even if it is a prank, I feel like getting people ready for a possible attack by bandits might be wise.
Right.
And it doesn't sound like these people may be coming back here.
All right.
You're the sergeant at arms, so I figured I should tell you and ask you for counsel on this. I'm not a security guy. I just
Well,
patch up after the fact.
well, it is within standard operating procedure to, well, in response to some mysterious, potentially dangerous events, get the militia together. Now, militia in town ain't exactly what I'd call proper soldiers, but they're all we got, and I'm the leader there. So, in a way, we're already half mustered with me out and about.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, no offense intended. That's not a big militia.
well, no. I mean, no. There's more of them than just one. I'm just maybe tooting my own horn a little bit. Little horn, if you understand, saying what with me being trained and all that.
Yeah. I figured it was either a reference to sunrise, to self-aggrandizement, or possibly something lewd, but I won't go further down that path.
No, son. If you spend any time around soldiers, you'll quickly learn we like to boast.
Yeah,
No
self-aggrandizement.
harm meant by it.
Yeah, fair enough. Little tall tale does wonders. But anyway, yeah.
Do you wake up the others?
Right. All right, let's get the others up. We probably get back to the town quick, smart like, and well, provisionally put together the militia, just in case.
I think Flint will nod, and then I will go to wake up Uin Lad, just by sort of giving her a boop on the nose. With a big
Very
smirk on his
loud
face.
snoring coming from the tiny fairy.
Flint just sort of looks disappointed that the boop didn't work, and sort of just taps her on the head. Hey, oh, you about to sneeze? I better step back. Turns his head away, taps, make sure the nose is pointing a different direction.
It's just a very, the typical kind of pixie sneeze.
He was expecting fire, but that doesn't happen.
Yeah, no. It's just this big build-up, and then...
Oh, that's kind of disappointing. Anyway, hey, Uin Lad, need to get moving.
Well, what's going on?
Well, we met someone a little bit like you, talking fox. Very, we were hospitable.
Okay.
Sergeant,
and
wake the
we need
Koni.
to get back to town.
Okay. Let me just get up. Not that much of a difference from laying down. Get up, flaps her wings a couple of times to get back in the air, and stretches.
Want some stew? I've got a little bit left. I made some for the fox.
Okay.
Sure. And Flint will sort of pull out. He reaches for a cup, realizes that's practically like a bathtub, and then reaches into his kit and pulls out a thimble, like a large thimble, and fills it up and just hands it over to Uin Lad. I keep wanting to say last.
It's not that tiny.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're small sized, but not tiny sized. Okay, in that case, more like probably just a small teacup or something.
Yeah, a cup would be fine.
Sergeant, do you wake up Koni?
Yes.
Oh,
I heard her hesitation.
Just
I like when you guys are waiting to wake me up last.
just all right, Koni. If she doesn't wake up, lean down a bit closer. Just keep going, and if it takes a while, you'll be shouting in her ear, basically.
She kick ups probably after the first or second call of her name. Yeah, what's going on?
Well, this is a familiar scene, me waking you up after something, but this time you aren't in trouble. So.
Oh, it must be my lucky day.
Well, still to be decided. Could be all of our very unlucky days. Apparently there's something about a fox, one of those mysterious forest spirits, what have you, what's given a warning about some sort of attack coming on the town. So we're marching back there, smart like to get the whole place prepared.
Okay, wait. And Koni goes over to the others too. So, Okay, so so you guys met a fox spirit, and it's saying that the people who set up this camp are planning to attack the town.
It said a few things. That's not quite it. It said, first of all, the shadow and the people here are separate, but both dangers. Second of all, it said that the people who are currently at the mine are wondering whether or not to go into the mine or to go for our town. And they're going to decide soon.
As in, they're going to either raid the mine or come raid the town.
Something like that, yeah.
So why don't we just go to the mine and ambush them as they come out, regardless of their choice, and thus we like taking care of the threat.
Here's the thing. What if they? The thing is, I don't know how quickly the Fox meant they would decide. If they decide they go to town, we go there and don't find anything, then we miss them and they sack the town. If we go back to town, get them prepared, and then prepare to head out into the mine and maybe intercept them, then at least they're prepared for an attack in case we miss them. Look, my point is they're coming for the town either way. We may as well go there first as an early warning, and then maybe prepare to take care of the bandit problem or whatever they are.
Okay,
Just being cautious.
From the mine, how many ways are there in a town? Several, or do they have to come through one or two ways?
Good question. Let's look at the map.
The mines are to the west of the town. I mean, there is a worn path there that you could follow, or you could just saunter through the woods. Sauntering through the woods, though, will take you quite a bit longer. Now, if they want the cover of darkness and stealth, they would not use the road. So there's a few angles they could use to get to the village and sack it, if that was what they decide to do.
Not that I've ever put much faith or trust in foxes, being a rabbit and all. Did this fox spirit happen to say how many people we're dealing with?
Yeah, it did not.
Of course it wouldn't.
Well, sometimes a fox is not a fox, and sometimes a fairy can be a little tight-lipped. They tend to amuse themselves with our affairs.
Fairies even know how to count. Okay.
Oh, they do. Trust me. They know how to count grudges. That's why you want to be hospitable.
Oh, well, learn something new every day. Okay. Part of me kind of wants to just go to the mine and see if I could like set up some traps or something, but I don't know if I could really do that in such a short time. Let's just hightail it. Sorry, what?
Well, here's the thought. I mean, how many of us here are confident that they could move silently under cover of night? Because we could possibly, and don't scream at me, Sergeant, for this. We could possibly send a group to try and delay the bandits, and send a group back to warn the townspeople, and then meet up in the middle.
There is just the narrowing of the eyes as you are suggesting this.
I know the maxim. Out of character, I know the maxim. Flint doesn't.
Right. Okay. Flint.
Yeah?
If we are already worried about whether we're strong enough to beat them, then the last thing we want to do is make their job easier for them by letting them divide and conquer without even trying, you know?
Yeah, I admit this is sort of like a ideal case scenario in which, we don't the group that goes to meet them isn't actually caught and like just surveys and then retreats. But then again, yeah, I'm seeing that this plan is sort of worse and worse as we go. Let's just go back to town.
No plan survives contact with the enemy.
Yeah.
The plan survives contact with me.
Or that.
She's not wrong.
Okay, you guys get out of here. I'll follow you in just a minute. Just to be sure, we want to keep the element of surprise, right?
That'd be nice. A surprise elemental would be useful.
Yeah, I don't think we can summon one of those. Look, you guys scram, and I'll try, and I'll just hang back a little bit and try to tidy up the camp, make it seem like we were never here. That way, if they come back to their stuff here and see all our footprints and everything, they'll know they've been had. So,
Very good point.
you guys head to town, and I'll like try to cover our tracks.
Sure thing. Sound good to everyone else?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Sounds like
not
a solid
sure what
plan
I
to me.
need to roll for that, but that's my plan.
Let's see. Okay, so essentially you're just covering your tracks and tidying up.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me dexterity.
Okay, flat dexterity. That would mean.
All right. You are
Nice.
confident that you managed to wipe out the tracks and the dirt from everybody, move things to where you can remember them being sitting around.
Yes,
And-
my career as a master criminal is coming in handy.
Yeah.
No one tell that to Guile, though.
Oh, dear. He would be absolutely horrified.
Takes you about 15-20 minutes to get everything nice and tidied up, and then you're able to leave.
Yeah, Koni scrams. She might like occasionally like try to hide in the bushes or like go back to the village stealthily. But yeah, she'll go after the guy, the rest of the team afterwards.
We return to the village then. It is, of course, the middle of the night by the time you get back to the village. Other than a few torches, the lanterns on some of the farmhouses, it is pretty much dark. Everyone's to bed, with the exception of two people. Out in one of the fields is the changeling Ikari having a conversation with the wizard, Tessa, the tiefling. As you get closer, you can overhear that their conversation is a little bit heated as Ikari is angry about Tessa being out in the middle of the night, setting off what is described as gouts of flame, and not telling Ikari about this kind of fun and inviting them over to join. To which Tessa's counter-argument is that she's not having any kind of fun here, she's merely running an experiment. The reason she's doing out in the field and not at home is she doesn't want to set her house on fire should this go wrong. And they just kind of go back and forth that way.
I think Flint looks to Sarge and just says, "You want to intervene? I'm probably not cut out for this."
Well, he's gonna heft his halberd and start walking towards this scene. Alright. What's going on here?
Hey, Tess. Hey, Kari.
Ikari speaks first, and they say, "Well, I just saw Tessa here shooting gouts of flame out in the field. Like some kind of, I don't know, it was just a really great display of pyrotechnics, and I was curious to see what was going on, but Tessa, being the strange little tiefling that she is, acting like she needs to do arson on her own." Tessa just kind of crosses her arms, and she's like, "Well, I was just simply experimenting on some powder I've been making, trying to improve upon my formula for alchemist fire. The normal stuff being in liquid form is very volatile. I'm trying to make a more stable gel. And I needed to test its validity somewhere, and I wasn't going to do it at my place because it's going to set my house on fire should it go completely wrong."
Digo,
Mm-hmm.
you say we're in a field. What
Yes.
sort of field are we in right now?
A farm field.
So it's got like corn or like wheat or something in it, I imagine.
No.
Just
The field is barren right now. They have only just started tilling so they can plant the seeds.
Okay, so it's a dirt field, is what you're saying.
Yes.
A non-flammable field.
Extremely non-flammable. If nothing else, Tessa was at least smart enough to do this someplace that wasn't going to start a fire.
Okay. So,
does Tessa own the field?
No, she technically would be trespassing on whoever owns the field.
I hope it's not that angry old guy who hates the Fae folk. Well, wait, if you... So you're trying to like just test out this new alchemist fire, right?
Yes.
and this other person doesn't want you to test a very flammable, volatile material on the field, right?
Oh, quite the opposite. Ikari here wants to help me, and I'd rather not have the help of a bard who's probably just going to try to set it all off at once to get their jollies.
Are you going to set it off all at once to get your jollies?
Ikari just kind of shrugs. I mean, if she's
Maybe.
going to start setting fires, I at least wanted to make a good show out of it. I mean, if it's as good as she says it is, I might want some for my own act.
I think I see a way out of this. So, hey, Guile, should we tell him about what's coming?
Oh.
Right. This goes against Giles. So kind of hurts his soul a bit here. He's like, right, all right. So you're both loitering out at night, trespassing, and experimenting with dangerous substances. Now that last one, I don't offhand know the regulations on, but I do know in times of emergency there are certain leeways with, well, whatnot. So, I'm officially deputizing you two as part of the militia we're forming.
Oh, man.
This gets a confused look from the two of them as they just kind of look at each other, look back at you. Deputize for what?
The militia.
Are we being attacked?
As a matter of fact,
Possibly.
we might be.
Possibly. He'll pat them both on the back. Congratulations.
Tessa's like, I'm not a fighter, really. I rather, no,
No.
We don't need
Yeah,
you to fight.
his-
You just want to use your alchemist fire to...
Oh dear.
His shoulders slump a little bit. No one in this town really is, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. Still,
Except for a few. He looks down at the rabbit. Exceptions.
Yeah. Keep talking.
say, why don't you deputize some of your friends there? I mean, I know Benqua could probably fight.
They are. I mean,
that was
we're-
the plan.
It's not so much that we need your help fighting whoever's coming. We kind of want to just commandeer your alchemist fire and test it out on the invaders.
We need your stuff so we can blow people up.
Tessa lets out what sounds like a growl. She picks up her things and she hands over a small box with 4 vials in it.
Who does she hand it to?
Well, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She hands it over to Flint, who seems to be the closest
He
one.
shoves it into his chest.
Here, 4 vials, just, it's alchemist fire. Just, I don't know. You kind of light the end of it and just throw it, and it'll do the rest.
Sure thing. Yeah, for the record, sorry about this, but it really could save lives by ending some.
Right.
If we
Like
don't use it, we'll
drum
return it.
band.
I'm gonna go home and, I don't know, barricade it. Excuse me.
Yeah, that
Can
might
you
be wise.
can you tell your neighbors on the way on your way home to barricade it? What's going on? That would save us a trip too.
All right, I will do so.
Take care, Tess.
Hey, Bard. Maybe you should go raise the alarm too. I mean,
Oh.
you're good at talking, right?
Oh, I am excellent at talking. This is going to be great. A story, an invasion, an epic.
Yeah. Tell you
If you-
what. Go
if you
go
could just-
warn the rest of the townies, and then you can come back and we'll let you watch.
You can skip the story part. Just tell them that they need to amass.
Whoa, skip the story part now. Now, hold on here. I don't
No,
need
no,
that
no,
We
kind.
don't need.
Hang on.
We don't
Right
need
now,
10
we just
minutes
need you
to
to go
tell
tell the
people to
towns-
get your swords.
I at least need to take notes so I can transcribe this later for the ages.
You can tell
Look,
the
buddy,
story
we're
afterwards.
gonna let you chronicle the events. We just need you to go to alert the entire town, and then you can come back and watch what happens. We'll let you.
All right, very well. Kari kind of just does this heroic pose. I shall alert the townsfolk of danger on the way. And then Ikari just kind of scatters off, going to each door, just banging on it and just shouting,
Well, I just solved 2 problems. Okay, so let's see. She said to take the bottle, light the fuse, and throw it. Right?
Yes,
Yeah, kind of like a
Throw bang.
you basically have a small glass vial, and the cork has a wick to it, a paper tightened up like a wick. And yeah, you basically would just light that tip, you throw it, and it does the rest. Essentially, a very odd-looking Molotov.
All right.
let's see.
So it's probably too heavy to put on the end of an arrow.
It is too heavy, yes.
Yeah. I think Flint just gives Sergeant Giles a look and says, "So, quick question: is there an actual sort of co-deputy of this town? Someone else who has a head you'd trust to lead in case of emergency? In
Bad
case we need you
experience.
for the assault on the camp."
Well, can't rightly say. There hasn't been a really, major war here for a while.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
And so any combat experience is more against the odd wild animal and whatnot. Some of the hunters, maybe. No, the shepherds. You want to think it, but those shepherds are pretty tough. Defending the flocks and whatnot.
Yeah, I've gotten into a few drunken bar fights with those guys. They know their business.
You don't mess with a man with a stick.
Oh yeah, didn't you get like a shiner from one of them? Yeah, I remember patching that up.
Yeah, that's when you had to fix their twisted knee after I twisted it.
Well, I've had to fix their twisted knee, and then I had to fix your shiner. So yeah. I'd say he got the worst end of the stick. Pun unintended. If that was really a pun.
I told him I was gonna make him swallow that stick if he caused any more trouble with me.
Yeah, thankfully he didn't actually swallow it. It just hurt his teeth. Anyway, we're getting distracted. So maybe hire one of the shepherds to. I don't know. Do we just wait for them to come here? Possibly. That could. They may not come.
They do roam around quite a bit, which is part of the problem. See, deputies should be someone that's reliable, not just for their skills, but because you can rely on them to be where they need to be.
Right. Yeah. You need a deputy, dude.
It's a quiet town. Not much happens until it does.
Koni waves. I'll be the deputy.
Not unless the very fires of hell open up and start spewing out demons.
That might happen given all the weird stuff we've had to deal with.
He doesn't know that demons come from the abyss and that devils come from hell.
He's the deputy. I'll be the deputy.
Okay, maybe no deputies from this group. Anyway, how are we going to handle this? Do we leave a defensive group back in town? If so, how do we assume they have enough organization? And also, or do we just wait for an enemy to come? If they don't come by sunrise, then we take the fight to them. I mean, we do kind of need to sleep.
Okay, well, I like emulating things and stuff, but we got to figure out who's going to be using those using them grenades you got there.
Yeah.
So who else has got a really good throwing arm?
I mean, I skipped a lot of stones off the water. I can throw stuff pretty far. Flint raises his hand tentatively.
I'm pretty good at throwing.
Fair enough. Although, can't you make fire just without alchemist fire? You just want more fire, don't you?
I just want more fire.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's give this to someone who doesn't have fire.
No.
Benqua, do you have fire?
I do not. I have no offensive spells. I do have crossbow.
How good are you at throwing objects accurately far away? How dexterous would you say you are?
Middling?
I mean, I'm kind of middling too. What the heck? Flint just sort of shoves them towards Benqua.
Yeah, all right, I'll take one.
Right. All right. Well, what now? This sort of thing. Question: Do we have walls around the city, like a stockade or anything, or is it just
No.
just
Open field.
okay? Yeah, I figured as much because again, nothing much happens here.
Nope.
Well, right. So what we're going to want to do. So we're going to want to get people, and he kind of winces as he says this, that at least know what end of the arrow goes through what part of the bow on top of the roofs.
The local hunters know how to do that, yeah.
Yes, if any are in town at the moment. Then, what we want to do is we want to have, ideally, we'd have people with shields form up in the streets. Sort of around the, sort of, hold back whatever comes, while the people on the roofs pepper them with arrows from above.
Right. Maybe.
But I don't know if we have enough
shields.
shields to form proper shield walls, or people would know know the proper way to work them either.
Well, we could just make a barricade out of something and then just have people back there with spears or something, I guess.
That is option two. It's a lot more static, which can be a problem in this sort of, well, unwalled siege situation. When you got walls, it's a lot easier. But when you don't have them, you got to be able to, move things around a lot faster just to respond to. The town's pretty open. A lot of angles to come from.
It is a problem, yeah. Anyway, we need someone to find people, and then we need someone to organize the people. Lenny, I think you're probably like the best at organizing. Maybe I can try and find some people. I know some hunters. I know some people who know how to use a sword. I chat with the farmers and the hunters and whatnot. Maybe Koni could help.
Koni?
No, I'm not really a people person. If I go around, they'll think it's like some sort of prank. Tell you what,
Fair
just
enough.
hey, Guile, you got any spare arrows in the in your office? Or
Oh, yeah. I already hear it. Yeah.
no, look, I'm not going to create any more fire arrows. Well, just give me an extra quiver of ammo, and I'll just I'll just be strafing around here, covering the way into town, and just try to hold them all for ambush them if they start showing up.
Right, sure. In that case, I'll just go start collecting people and bringing them to you. Lenny.
He's gonna, kind of bend a little bit down towards where Koni's head is. How good are you at jumping?
He don't know me very well, do he?
That was a rhetorical question.
I'm very good at jumping. You know that.
Yeah, I reckon I do. I'm thinking, how do you feel about jumping between the roofs of the buildings?
Sounds like it'll be fun if I'm doing it intentionally for once.
Right, okay. You'll be on watch while we're getting everything together here, then. Just on patrol, so to speak. We don't have a proper wall to walk around on, so someone that can what can jump between the buildings is what we need.
You want me to run, go around roof hopping and attack anyone who shows up?
That doesn't look like someone we know. Yes.
I mean, who else is going to show up in the middle of the night? I mean, come on.
Well, if someone's sick with the flu, might try to run and find the doctor.
I suppose, and I don't think they've really invented pizza delivery yet, so it's not like I would kill the Domino's guy. So, I'm in.
All right, now.
Actually, Diego, there isn't a place here where we can actually get a pizza, is there?
No.
Now, Lad's me looks unsure to call you girl or boy. But, anyway, you're not exactly big enough for a bow here, but you can't keep watch, right?
I can keep watch.
All right. And, well, set things on fire if same conditions as...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's sorted. I'm going to go have a talk with the mayor. Which is always a right pleasant situation.
I don't know. Is that really a good idea? I don't know if we can really trust the mayor to help us protect the city.
Just an utter look of confusion.
I know what I
that
said.
Letter. That letter.
All right. So as you are planning this all out, Tessa and Ikari have managed to awaken the residents of the village. Everyone has gathered over at the tavern because it is the biggest building in the village and a great meeting place. Farmers have their implements, axes, pitchforks. A few of them actually do own some arming swords. Hunters are there with their bows and crossbows. They are prepping. People are chatting. Ikari themselves is basically starting to pen together the epic that they want to have ultimately. So they're just taking notes right now.
Okay.
So they are basically going to use this as basically their staging ground. Figuring that, if this place is going to be hit by bandits or whatever is attacking, if everybody's here, everybody's together, and it's fortified, it's probably the best place.
Right.
Is it made out of wood or stone? The inn?
Yes.
Both.
The building is mostly wood. There are some stone sections, mostly around the kitchen, since that's where the ovens are.
Mixed construction.
Mixed
Flint
construction.
just
Yeah, you could
inhales
set the place on fire
violently.
if that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, exactly. And Flint just looks at Sarge after getting back together with people and says, "Well, found some hunters and farmers and shepherds, but they want to fight it here, even though this is flammable as all heck."
To be fair, every building is
it's-
flammable.
Well, Flint's... You see the stone here?
Yeah.
There's more stone in this building than most around here, to be frank.
True.
Okay, I'm just worried about the roof, but I don't know.
Is
Again.
the roof wood?
Kind of like that straw thatchet stuff.
Ah!
But the thing is, like, every house building here is constructed the same way, so...
Right.
And
so he's just going to look at Flint. Oh. Okay. Well, they're all thatch, so...
Kind of messed.
Just
Kind
shrugs.
of boned, no matter where we are.
Right.
I guess you can kind of get out of this place quickly if need be.
You can.
It'd just be nice if we could sort of like prevent them from encroaching too quickly. But I'm not a strategist. I defer to your judgment here.
By the way, what is Benqua doing? If I'm
Good
saying
question.
that correctly.
Yeah.
I think Benqua, considering like I have cure wounds and heavy armor, I think I'm just waiting with the group because I think I'm gonna stay back, heal, try and keep people up, that kind of thing.
Right. All right. So we need to divide people now. Everyone. Now we have it on. He's not going to say good authority, decent authority, and that there may be some bandits that are going to try a midnight raid or raid at some point on the town here. So what we're going to do is we're going to send them right back where they came from. If they dare to show up at all, that is. So how this is going to work is we're going to divide into 3 groups. The first 2 groups will be about even size. Third group is going to be a bit smaller. We're going to have, well, anyone that can shoot a bow with decent accuracy is going to be part of group 1. And you all are going to be stationed up on the roofs around the tavern here. Group 2, anyone who can swing an axe or a sword or anything with has a good arm. Gonna be down in the streets, and well, any bandit what doesn't get shot is gonna be chopped to bits. Group 3, you all are going to be medical. So anyone with healing expertise, who knows what to bind wounds, that sort of thing. And if anyone gets injured, it's going to be your job to make it so they stop bleeding.
People kind of nod and look around, and get into their respective groups.
All right. He's going to turn to the rest of the party here. Now, I think anyone who's here, of course, two of them were on patrol. Now, I think you all know what groups would be best in, eh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely. Medical.
S them up. Got it.
Yeah, I've got this.
Oh, come on, people. This is maybe, not the best time. It was funny, though. I'll give you that.
I'm talking about the invaders. I'm not going to mess up the townsfolk.
Oh, no, I thought you were saying that you were good with an axe.
Right. Well, I'll try to put myself here in the thickest of the fighting, wherever that happens to be. So, but we will be dependent on the people on the roof, of course, to tell us where the danger's coming from, and try and make it so it doesn't all get to us at once. And of course, if the bandits don't show up, then, well, we'll just say that our sterling show of defense and spirits scared them off, and they won't be coming back.
Tessa raises her hand.
Yes, Tessa.
Where did you learn about these bandits coming to attack the village?
A fox told us.
Well,
this gets some people to kind of look around like, what?
I think Flint just sighs and raises a hand and said,
Uh,
look, I think when he hears Sarge speak up, he looks to Sarge and just sort of shrugs to let him handle that.
we found their camp, and we found a witness what overheard some of their plans, is what he says.
Yeah.
Koni looks at him like, yeah, what he said.
Flint nods.
Yeah, the bandits weren't really trying to hide the fact they had a camp up in the woods when we were investigating the wolf attack from earlier.
You live
I'm
next
gonna
to
roll
a
this up.
Woods and you think a fox talking is weird.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Koni, master of lying here.
Well, everybody seems to accept this. Okay. Well, I guess they know what they're talking about. All right, cool. Yeah, all right, we're ready. We're gonna defend this place. Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, they've had a camp, and then someone who someone who overheard what they said, it told them. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was
Don't mention what it was.
it was Fox McAllister, that weird guy that lives in the woods that people keep forgetting lives in the woods.
Yes, spelled Faulks. Fox McAllister.
Yeah, that guy. He lost all that money playing poker last winter solstice party. Made a big, huge scene of it. Ran out into the woods crying. Yeah, it was that guy. He happened to.
The hermit.
Oh, you guys created a legend. All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, the townsfolk are.
They just need to start blaming everything on Fox McAllister if things go south at any point.
The townsfolk, they're ready to go. Fox McAllister. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that guy owes me like 3 copper. Anyway.
The woodland hermit.
Yes. Did anyone want to tell the mayor? I think there was a mention of this.
He'll be pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
No. You have Mr. Lawful Good Captain the Guard here, unfortunately.
Okay, well, you tell him.
Yes.
I'm not gonna tell him.
Yes, that was the plan. So he is, while people are studying, once things look well in hand, is going to go to the mayor's house, because we also have to make sure the mayor doesn't get attacked by bandits. You numbskulls.
I think as Sarge
I
is
didn't vote
leaving,
for him.
I think Sarge is leaving. Flint will walk up to Koni and just sort of give them like a curious look and say, "What was that about the mayor? Something happen between you two or something? I'm just kind of curious."
Look, I just don't want. We got this all covered. I don't want him to try to pull rank and start giving bad or mismanage orders that contradict what we've come up with. I don't know how well he would be at handling this kind of crisis. Let's just say.
Oh, so he might claim.
She actually.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I was just worried that maybe you might have known something that would have meant that Sarge might have been in danger.
No. I don't think the mayor is like secretly a ogre or wearing a very unconvincing human disguise or something like that. I'm just like,
okay, good.
I mean, just like time. This is an emergency. Time is of the essence. I don't need a bureaucrat telling us how to thwart off an invasion.
Yeah,
the mayor is actually 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
I think one just says, "Yeah, fair enough. I just let my imagination run away from me, and sometimes it comes back with cake, but that's pretty rare."
Although now that you mention it, would Koni actually have a moment to be like a slip off unseen and actually see what that letter that she stole last time actually says?
You can.
Okay, I want to try to do something. I guess that might try to involve sleight of hand. I want to try to like hold the seal next to like a candle or something and just loosen the wax so I could like stick it back on there once I'm done.
Okay. All right. Very good. Easily, you manage to warm the seal enough to loosen it from the paper without damage. You open up the letter, and it is a letter from the mayor of the next village to the north, River Run. And the mayor there has basically explaining that they are planning the following crops to be planted. Want to know what crops the farmers in your village are planting so that we can set up some trade for what we need, what you need, and getting stuff set up and ready to go when the harvests start in the summer. It's all business.
Okay. So like there's not like any sort of like secret or anything to it.
No, not that you can tell.
Alright. Darn. Alright, I'll have to like leave this over at the bar or something later on.
Okay.
And she just puts it back how it was.
Okay, easily. For the sergeant, when you get over to the mayor's house and knock on the door, you are greeted by the butler, Eriko Tora. He is a tabaxi. Tall, thin, always dressed nicely. Always pleasant. When he opens the door, the good sergeant, what can I do for you this fine evening? It is quite late, is it not?
Quite late, yes. However, do you remember the scouting party that I went out after?
I believe I've heard something about you following up on a scouting party that went after something that attacked the mail carrier earlier today, yes?
Right. Well, things have snowballed a bit from there. There's now they also uncovered a bandit camp, and according to a witness they found and questions, the bandits could be mounting an attack on the town. So I'm just wanting to inform the mayor that I'm organizing a fairly steady rotation of watches and having people ready in case an attack comes. We'll be ready tonight, but if they don't attack tonight, then we'll just set a bit closer watch and have people sort of have them know where they're supposed to go if the attack does come, you know?
So it seems you have everything in good hand.
Do you want my job? It's what you all pay me for.
Of course. You do it well. Well, the mayor is currently catching her sleep. I will, however, alert her when she wakens in the morning. I'm sure that you have everything well underway.
Right. mayor's house it should be pretty protected here. It's in the center of town and all that.
Yeah.
So shouldn't be a risk to the mayor herself, God's willing. But just thoughts. Well, someone in the house ought to know.
Well, I am definitely the one that should be alerted. It is part of my duties. I will make sure.
We all do our duty, don't we?
And I will make sure that the staff is aware so that they keep watch.
All right. Have a good night, Mr. Tora.
Good evening to you too, and hopefully the bandits do not pose you any trouble.
It's not me I'm worried about.
Smash cut back to Koni.
It's absolutely nothing to worry about. Cut back to the rest of the party already causing chaos.
Look, the fire was there before I got here.
So look, if we take Old Lady Johnson's knickers here and put the Molotov cocktail in it, we can just make a really awesome slingshot.
I guess it's a high-quality fabric.
Yes. Awesome.
Yeah, just don't tell Old Lady Johnson about this.
Only 3 of these fires were my fault.
Rubber underpants?
All
Look,
right.
do you know a better way to make a slingshot on the fly? I'd like to hear it.
No, I mean, I see what you're doing. I just am curious why they're made of rubber.
Well, I wasn't going to ask. That would be rude.
Okay, fair enough. Still learning what's rude and what's not.
Waiting knickers. Okay. With all the preparations done, everybody waiting it out, time starts passing. And it is quiet. Tessa sends her owl familiar out to scout the area, see if anybody's slinking through the farm fields, but the owl comes back and no, it's quiet. Watches get set up because some people are tired and need some rest, so they rotate. But the sun rises and no one has shown up.
Right.
People are relieved. Some maybe less relieved and a little more annoyed. But overall, everyone's still in pleasant mood.
All right. So standard procedure then. We'll keep an elevated watch for about 3 days, and if nothing happens, we'll go back to normal, so to speak.
But we are going to go check out those mines, right?
Yeah.
Oh, most certainly.
Okay.
If they don't come to us, we're gonna go to them.
All right.
We can't have bandits linger in the area. Now that town appears to be safe from imminent attack, it's time to go out and, well, show everyone we weren't crazy.
Yeah, about that.
Look, you do you, all right? I don't know where this accent goes. It's mostly consistent, and then I just drop something that sounds very southern in there occasionally.
I thought it was meant to be southern.
Okay.
It comes from London, Alabama, I guess.
Yes, the town of London in the middle of Alabama.
Oh, that is so
British-
cursed.
British Texans, so Australia.
Wow.
Oh, that is so
Okay.
cursed.
Wow.
Jeez. No love.
That came out of nowhere.
I know what I said.
All right. So, yeah, it's morning. People are dispersing back to their homes and checking, make sure nobody came in the middle of the night and robbed them. Spoiler alert, nobody's robbed. And
Nice.
so you guys are going to travel out into the mountains?
I imagine we need to rest a bit first.
Well,
Yeah.
I assume you all took rotations and got some sleep, too.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'll refresh my spells, because I did expend one.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we got some +2 coffee over here. We're just going to chug it, and after we're done shotgunning that, we'll be right as rain.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
nasty. How can you drink? It tastes so bitter. Like, I'll drink it if you put in, like, a lot of sugar. A lot. Anyway, ready to go hunting for bandits.
It's probably bandits.
Into the woods.
Most likely bandits.
Mostly.
Yes, I believe we are headed into the woods to solve this problem Stigo probably originally planned for us to.
Oh, no.
head on.
I had a feeling you'd
I
come back to
directed
town first to
beforehand.
defend it. That just means
Ah.
We did get the alchemist fire. I mean, that's going to come in handy.
This is also true. You did get an extra item out of it.
We'll unroll the map we found, and since he's got good survival and also the Outlander background, he will probably take charge of navigating to the bandit hideout.
Okay.
Assuming we take the woods. I mean, if we're taking the road, it's probably not that hard. Probably should take the woods though, so we're not immediately spotted. That sound good to everyone else?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sounds
So-
all right.
I can't remember the Outlander background. Do I actually need to roll for this, or is it just automatic food? I don't think it's a ranger. I don't think it's a full ranger thing, so I think you have to roll. It's not like you can't get lost.
Yeah, I don't think you really need to worry about rolling. The woods
Okay,
are plentiful,
fair enough.
so.
Right. So we make our way through the woods.
Mhm.
And how long of a travel is this?
To the mines, it'll take you a good 30 minutes up the road through the hills.
Okay, gotcha.
And when you get to the foothills, you do see something. Normally,
Oh.
these mines have all been boarded up, covered, and through the ages, rocks and things have kind of buried everything. But you do see that one of the entrances was opened up, and there's a makeshift barricade thrown on top of it.
Aha!
It does look recent.
Well, at the risk of sounding gruesome, you guys wait here. I'll sneak inside and see if they're in there. Then we could just wait for them to start coming out and just lob all the Molotovs in there after them. They'll be good and trapped.
Solid plan, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, plan gruesome it is.
Just set fire to it already and smoke them out.
Well, I'm a little reticent to do that because we don't know what they're doing in there. I mean, for all we know, they're also trying to make Greek fire, and the whole mountain will go up if we just set it on fire or something. So let's at least let me just sneak in there and see what I can see first.
Ig, is there a reason why this stuff is called Embershard? The stuff that was mined there? Is it an incendiary substance?
No.
Okay,
We-
good.
It's not like a volcano, is it, or anything? We don't want to set that off either.
No. Ember is a very magical substance.
Okay, good, but it's not like it'll explode.
No.
That would have been hilarious.
It would.
Careful there.
Fine.
Boom.
So we don't really know why they call it Rabbit's Crater, but after that explosion like 2 centuries ago,
Gosh.
the name just sort of stuck. It was a local tradition to call it that.
Hey,
But yeah,
before you go, just a sec. Flint will just tap Koni on the shoulder, and Koni feels a little tingle as Flint casts guidance and says, "That's a little something to help you out in case you need a little extra boost on your stealthiness or maybe your eyesight."
Thanks. So yeah, Koni will just sneak in and go full stealth mode.
Okay. Let me bring up
Solid
the
rabbit.
map. All right. Let me get a stealth.
That's
Awesome.
23.
All right. You are stealth.
Yeah, I am stealth.
You are the stealth.
Sneaky money.
Sneak.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna keep moving until you need me to make another one.
As you get to that second bridge, you start hearing voices farther deep into the cave.
All right, I'm gonna try to roll perception to see if I can make out what they're saying from here.
Okay. It sounds like an argument.
Ooh.
And in the argument, you just hear them. There's a number of them, and they're shouting at each other. Well, almost shouting. But essentially, they are like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Okay, all right. I know last night was kind of a bit of a bum, but I think we just kind of went in the wrong shaft, and we just have to find another entrance in. You hear another person. No. I'm not going back in there. Not with that creature. No idea what that was, but dude, that thing was vicious. It was just one thing. We could handle that. Dude, it ate Kenny. What more convincing do you need that we should leave? I think we should maybe attack the town. Maybe that would have been the better. Hey, we had a vote on this. We wanted the mines because the mines were going to yield us better loot. What are the villagers going to have? Blankets? And this continues back and forth as they're arguing what to do next.
All right, I'm gonna I'm gonna try to stealth sneak up closer just to see how many people we're dealing with. How many voices do you think would you say I heard?
You're going to guess about 5 voices.
Okay, 5 voices. I'm just gonna do one more stealth to try to get up closer, just so I'm sure of who we're dealing with.
You're pretty sure it's 5 voices.
Okay. I can't like see them or anything, can I?
No, you can't see them from here. But you're pretty sure they are on the other side of the wall that you're leaning against.
On the right side?
Yeah, on the right.
All right. Do I need to roll another stealth to get even closer?
Yes. Okay.
Ninja Koni.
When you get to that corner there,
Okay.
looking around the corner, you can see them.
Mm-hmm.
They are 5 bandits hanging around a little makeshift camp they put together. They look a little roughed up from something earlier. They're kind of healing and having their discussion of what to do.
They're not like sitting next to any sort of like flammable barrels or materials, are they?
No. There's like a little lamp in the middle of them that's kind of lit up the room a little bit so that they can see, but nothing like barrels of oil or anything.
Okay. And they're just like they're still arguing. They're not like giving any new information pertaining to what they're doing, right?
Correct.
All right. I am almost tempted to shoot the lantern and just like, creature of chaos this whole thing, but I'm going to just sneak out and just like sneak back to where the others are.
Okay.
You can use your D4 here.
I can't.
Because I cast guidance on you. If you want to use your D4.
Might as well.
Okay, 16.
Yeah. I'm going to scram and go back to the others and. Okay, guys. Okay, I need everyone to stay quiet. There's just like there's almost half a dozen bandits in there, or 5 bandits. They're like trying to get something out of the caverns, but they said a creature ate one of them, and a couple of them are grousing about how they should have sacked the town instead.
It's not good at all.
Well, there's 5 of us and 5 of them, and we have the element of surprise still.
Fair enough. We just need to maintain that on the way into the cave. I feel like I used to know. I think my dad had a trick that would help in the situation, but I don't know it yet.
If you try pretending that the mines are haunted.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe.
Well, I mean, do any of you guys happen to have like a ghost or a zombie costume on you?
Or maybe like an illusion that sounds spooky.
Oh, actually, that I can do.
Sweet. That would be a great distraction.
Is there a rock around?
There's many rocks. Take your pick.
There's plenty of rocks.
Dope. Yeah, cool. I'm gonna grab a tiny rock. And the object continuously emits your choice of an odor or a non-verbal sound, wind, waves, chirping, or the like.
I never thought I'd ever see that ability used effectively in a game. I really hope this is our chance.
Usually I just make fart rocks.
That's amazing.
Make
I'm a
what
big
rocks?
advocate for the
Fart
fart
rocks.
You just get a rock and then you make it smell like farts and then you throw it into a room. And then it just smells like farts forever.
I think we should go with the ghost noises because I don't really think a smelly rock is going to teach these guys a lesson.
Fine, we can do the ghost noises.
Might get them to leave more quickly.
Actually, hang on. I've got a good idea. The maximum number of objects you can affect this feature at one time is equal to your int mod. And my int mod is...
Is it 3?
It's 2, so I can make a ghost sound and a fart rock.
Or you could make 2 ghost noises.
Fine. mean,
Yes.
Look, look, I promise. As soon as the next plan comes around that we could utilize fart rocks, I promise I'll vote for it. But for right now, we need to scare the willies out of these guys.
yeah, okay. So I make two ghost rocks, I guess.
Okay.
How far can people hear these noises away
10
from?
feet.
Okay, so we'll need
10
someone.
feet, but they need some mine, so the noise will probably carry for a while.
Okay. Let's say at the GM. Does that sound about right for the acoustics?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I think Flint looks at the others and says, and we're just going to wait for them out here. Hopefully
Yep.
they come in. Awesome. Yeah, sounds great.
We spooked
Actually,
them, they ran out, and we set them on fire.
so are there any surfaces that are high up above this, like at least 10 feet above this? Like any cliff sides or on like ladders or anything?
Not in this area.
Okay, well there goes that idea. I was planning on maybe doing some fun stuff, dropping people, but okay.
Oh, and are there like big? And they're not like big rocks above the entrance. We could start pushing and like have drop down on them. Are there?
No.
Fair enough. Anyway, let's get this plan cracking.
So who's tossing the rocks in there? Make it closer.
Okay, I'll do it again. Okay, I'm gonna get right out here and just start chucking the rocks in this direction.
Wow. Okay. Their argument has their full attention that they're not even hearing the sounds yet.
Oh crap.
All right, Koni gets frustrated, picks up a regular rock, and just chucks it at whatever she thinks will make the loudest noise.
Okay.
And then she'll duck down and hide again.
All right, that got their attention. Oh, somebody's there. What's that? What? Who? You hear
And
something?
then Ghost Rock.
What the hell? What is that? Oh God.
You can roll your D4, Tet. 8-12.
Everybody's like getting up, grabbing their weapons. Oh God, what's that? I don't know. People are just kind of moving into position. Hearing weird sounds. Oh God, it's not that creature again, is it? Nah, it doesn't sound like that creature. Pretty sure it's not. I mean, I don't think so. No, it was more like a growling sound. Oh God. What else is out there? Bears? I mean, there's woods, right? Could be bears. Oh man. So now they're preoccupied for a while, trying to figure out what that weird sound is.
So they're not coming out.
No,
Koni is
are
very tempted to scream, "We're ghosts, you idiots!"
We're coming to haunt you.
Flint looks over to Uin Lad and says, the ghost rocks are nice, but do you have a spell that could make a very loud noise or something? I don't really have stuff like that.
I mean, I can just change the rock.
If you change the rock to like a growling, I guess.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that will work.
I just make another rock.
Ah, God.
Just make
God,
a
I'm
growly
gonna be
rock.
here forever.
If the NPCs are stupid.
If.
No?
They get very quiet now.
Very quiet now.
Mm-hmm. They're very quiet.
Oh no, I have a bad feeling about this. I think Flint looks to Koni. I think after looking to Koni, he leans back and just tries to listen really carefully.
Okay.
Like, does he hear any growling or any large footsteps or any vibrations in the ground or anything? Can I make a perception check for that?
You may.
I grab. Yeah, that's doing nothing. Probably just the wind.
Yeah, you're not hearing anything.
Flint just sort of curses under his breath. It's too loud. Why'd they go so quiet? Did they hear us? Or did whatever in there get them?
I think we spoke them.
I think they're probably setting up in ambush positions.
The exact opposite of what we wanted. You know what?
You scared him too much.
Uin Lad,
Yeah.
we know that they're like gonna attack the town. Maybe why don't we just like make a fire and smoke them out? I mean, that sounds terrible, but like,
Immediately setting a fire.
I have one more rock idea.
Is it the fart rock?
It is not the fart rock. It should be the fart rock, because that is like the ultimate idea, but no. So we've given them ghost noises, we've given them growling. I'm going to make a rock that smells like blood and mage hand it into the cave.
Okay. Blood smelling rock. Into the cave it goes.
And then the one I'm going to turn off is the ghost one. So now it's growling and like blood smell.
Okay. Well, now you're hearing trudging, some footsteps. It does sound like they're slowly making their way out.
I think Flint backs up a bit and just gets ready for whatever's gonna come. Looks to Sarge, sort of jerks his head towards the door and just sort of mouths, "When the time is right."
Right. Okay. In that case, just standing there. Standing here, I realize.
I'm gonna try to hide a little bit just so I can get like a sneak attack right off at the first. So.
Okay.
Make a
Yeah,
stealth
another
check
stealth
as well.
check.
I'll make a stealth check as well, just sort of leaning against the rocks. It's probably not going to go terribly well.
Nope.
Oh, never mind. 15, not terrible.
I'm going to ready an action to just like, as soon as somebody comes out and into range, I'm just going to like crossbow them in the face.
Yeah, same with the fire.
All right. Okay, everybody roll initiative. 'Cause somebody's coming out.
Boy. Okay.
All right.
Initiative.
Koni, you are the first to notice. But one bandit does peek out of the cave, looking around.
I'm going to. What the hell? Viking funeral. This. He's gonna like leap out from wherever she is and just start like attacking the dude with her short sword and her dagger.
Okay.
First with the short sword and the dagger. Composite 20 on the dagger. And I should probably roll like a sneak attack with that as well too.
The 20 will definitely hit.
And you also get him a d4.
So 1 + 3 + 3 is 7.
Well, with your offhand weapon, you don't get to add your dex mod unless you have like the 2-weapon fighting style, which I don't think rogues get. But still, 4 damage.
Yeah.
You'll get better at higher levels where your sneak attack is like godlike.
Or I have like the laser swords from Soul Knife.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Those will be nice.
You leap out. Yes, stab him. He yells out, "Ah! It's got me! It's got me!" And
Wait, the moment Koni hears that, you just see like a brief pause in her eyes, and then she responds with, rah, 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 rah. It's like trying to make monster noises.
Of course.
of course. All right, so Bandit 2 will scream like a child.
I didn't expect this to work.
Other bandits are like, "Oh crap! What?"
Oh, they got him.
Psychological warfare.
Is one of them named Cletus? Anyway, there's an old quote that's probably not worth repeating here. It's obscure and old meme, so just ignore me.
You can hear people running forward, other people screaming as well. "Oh, it's coming for us!" Uin Lad, you're next.
Didn't the people with ready actions also get to fire?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't
can
the
I use
people with ready actions also get to
Okay.
fire before this happened?
Oh, ready actions?
Yeah, there was
yeah.
some.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
like
Sorry.
burn my reaction.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
It's hard to remember it all.
Boop. Oh, come on. That sat on like a 19 for a solid, like, 2 seconds.
Oh, rip. Well, at least Uin Lad gets to do it again.
Yeah.
Something else.
All right.
Let's do it again.
Okay. Now it's your proper turn. So.
That wasn't that much better.
Oh my gosh.
Technically, it is an improvement.
Technically.
Technically.
no, the monster's got a crossbow.
I'm
Shooting fire!
All right. Do you move or do you stand your ground?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna stay here in this cover of the trees.
Okay. Okay, bandit screaming, not doing much. Sergeant, you are up.
All right. So, yep, stepping right up here. All right. I'll sort this out right quick. And, gonna smack him with a halberd.
Okay.
That'll teach him.
There you go.
Oh, good.
An 18 will hit.
All right.
Roll damage.
Pretty,
All right.
actually, yeah, average damage roll there.
Okay. Bandit's out.
Yeah.
He drops to the ground.
Talking is a free action. All right. Now the rest of you, come on out and surrender.
Yeah, you could have let us just keep making monster noises to scare the piss out of them.
Right, but you know, I gotta read them their rights now.
Benqua, you're up.
Do fantasy villages have Miranda rights? I mean,
I would say no.
Probably not, to be honest, but you know.
I'm just gonna
No.
burn my action to ready another shot again, because it's
Okay.
not like there's like no one's out here. There's no point.
Flint?
Right. My turn. I think Flint is going to move 1, 2. Actually, I was here. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I can't really. I'm not sure. I think Flint is just going to stay back. He's still hidden.
Okay.
I think no one saw him yet, and he's just going to wait. And he's not going to ready an action. He's just going to be prepared in case someone else comes out. Actually, he's going to take the dodge action. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Dodge. Okay.
Touch this. Ding, doo, doo, doo.
Okay.
I'll just hammer pants for this.
Koni,
Yep.
you're up.
All right, I'm
Not
right
actually
there.
Ghosts.
Okay. All right, I'm going to draw out my bow and try to take a pot shot at this bandit. It says Bandit 3 on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
3.
probably not going to work.
No, that will miss on 11.
All right, I'm just going to like move back then and hide behind Guile.
Okay.
Isle.
Yeah, she
Not.
calls Guile's Guile.
Not quite that cool, unfortunately.
I
And
think
also
you are.
very ironic that she calls him Guile, considering he's one of the most
Guile.
guileless men around.
Yes.
All right. Bandit comes out. Number 1.
Right. So, quick question. Giles, do you have the polearm master feat?
At the moment, well, actually, yes, as a matter of fact, I
So,
do.
when someone enters within 5 feet of you, you get to make a reaction attack against them if you like.
Yes, I would love to use my reaction to smack him.
All right. Roll your reaction.
You dare enter my domain?
That will hit.
All right. Oh, nope. Sorry, lad.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Ouch.
When you
Okay.
swing at the Sarge, you best not miss.
Ah,
You didn't
Okay.
even get a chance to attack yet.
You mortally wound him. All right. So crossbow goes like, yeah, right beside his head. Oh. He's hurting.
And,
The impact from the halberd just knocked him out of where you were the spot you were aiming at. You know.
Probably. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, let's go.
Go with that.
Swings his sword at Leonard and misses. Oh, not good.
Ding.
Just sergeants wearing chainmail and probably some of those fancy gauntlets. Bandito number 2 or 3 at this point.
Comes out, looks around. Oh my gosh, what is this? Number 3. We'll go ahead and aim over there. The crossbow. And miss. All right. Well, that's it. They're doomed. All right. Uin Lad, you're up.
Yeah.
Do you have burning hands?
I do not have burning hands.
Oh, rip. It's not a very good spell, to be honest, but that would have been funny if you did. Oh, crap!
Yeah.
2d10.
All right. And this one's at which one?
We'll go with the closest one.
Number 1?
Hang on. It's
Are there numbers?
Number 1 is right in front of the Sarge, and number 3 shot in Benga's direction.
Shot through the heart, and you're to
that
blame.
one. There we go.
I'm on fire and in pain.
You should play the bard.
Good one, dude.
That was perfect.
Okay. Damage?
And
9 and 6 is 15.
I think that fries him.
Yeah, that fries him. So he basically becomes immolated Kibblebit. The bandits are starting to wise up that something's going on out there, and it's not a monster.
What with all of their men being killed?
one of them screaming, the other one screaming, but in a different reason.
Gee, John, I wonder what's happening to why everyone who steps through that doorway keeps dying.
Somebody tries to crossbow out from the cave entrance at Leonard and does not hit. Leonard, you are up.
All right. Well, there's this guy in front of me, and he doesn't look like he's surrendering. So we call that resistant arrest.
Oh my god.
Stop resisting.
You're being rescued. Please do not resist.
Okay, I assume a 24 hits, but
Yes.
Should probably be enough to do it.
Good! See, I have...
Oh, great weapon. Great weapon.
Yes,
You can
it's...
reroll ones.
Oh, you
Wait a
take him out
second.
anyway.
You killed
Okay,
him
cool.
anyway. Stop, he's already dead.
Wait,
Stop resisting as you impale him with the halberd.
Benka, you're up.
So yeah, move forward. Get Great Club out. Hit this guy in face, or like attempt to.
Okay, number 5 in the face.
Targeting. Not sure why it's not coming up with a normal thing. Anyway, 12.
You roll a 12. 12 will hit, though.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
Oh, there it goes.
I'll take that. Nope. I give up. I
Well, it's
quit.
like horny jail. It's like you just sent him to horny jail is all. You bonked him.
Bonked him.
So yeah, that'll be it for me.
Okay, well, you still bonked him. Took 2 damage. Flint.
I know I'm gonna like the fact that I took Thorn Whip eventually because it's on forced movement, but I don't feel like forcing it next to Giles because Giles has reach. So I'm just gonna chill, take the dodge action.
Okay.
I didn't get a bow or anything because
All right, number 6.
eventually we'll get up to, bandit number 16, and that will be the fan favorite.
Number 6. Leonard, I believe he wandered right into your 5-foot pointy.
activated my trap card.
Yes.
Yes.
Shame you activated my Alucard.
Oh, a solid hit.
Ooh.
A Dampier with this ability. I'm gonna have to say that.
Now
you
it is
can
important
reroll.
to re-roll that. Much
Okay,
better.
Damn.
Hit, son.
Stop
I said hit,
resisting.
son, but Milt's a year older than me. What was I? I'm a year older than you.
Okay, well, 12 damage will kill him.
Right.
Koni goes.
Well, since he can't get his turn in, I think it rolls over to Koni.
Alrighty. I just take a step forward and try to.
That's a hit.
Bam.
2 hits.
That's also a hit.
Alright, and a sneak attack. Okay, well.
2d6 plus 1d4 plus 3, I think.
Okay, 4 from the d6 sneak attack, and then 1d6 plus 3 for the short sword. And the d4 for the dagger.
All damage. I think that's enough.
Yeah, that's plenty. So you just
That's
come in and
12
just
damage.
Shank, shank, shank.
The bunny
Just
blender.
I Vorpal bunnied him.
you
Yes.
did. You Vorpal
Just
bunnied
lunges
him.
with both weapons out and just impales them one after the other. Brings them down. Yeah, give me some.
There's more of these guys.
Ah,
Wait,
All right.
there is?
Yeah, one more. This the next one comes up. Sees Benqua, so goes straight for Benqua first.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, that was almost 19.
Rip.
Press F to pay respects.
One day Deeg is going to start rolling well, and we are all going to die principally.
That'll be fine. I'm just going to move down a little bit so I can actually see him.
I bring flame from above.
That will hit. 4 damage. It's hot and burning.
My buns!
Yeah. Sarge, you're up.
all right. Well, halberds do have reach, I believe.
Yes,
They do, and allies don't give cover, so...
All right, so in that case, I don't even have to move. Yay!
That will hit.
All right, you know, there's something to be said for giving up while you're ahead. Well, before you lose yours, in this case.
Ugh.
Shit.
Wow. Okay, you have successfully defeated the bandits.
Oh, damn.
Are any of them alive?
Are any alive? Let's see.
Probably not the one I torched.
If you apply first aid or medicine to check to stabilize, you can get 2 of them.
Flint just comes out of the shadows by those rocks after it quiets down, walks over, sees some of the bodies, and says, "You want me to keep them alive? I can try."
There are some questions I mean, I would like to ask them.
Rightio! And he sees the one without a head and says, "Ah, not that one."
Yeah,
That's
he
the other one
can't
that's
exactly
not
answer
appropriate.
questions anymore.
No, he can't.
Missing
That was
missing a
never
mouth.
Yeah, he's never answered. Oh, he's not missing a mouth. He's just not. It's just not attached. Anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Give me a moment.
yeah, it's over there.
Sure thing, Sarge. Medicine. Oh, thank God, that was almost bad. Okay.
All right.
4.
1 is stabilized.
Okay, good. Flint just applies bandages and sort of sets some bones and just generally goes to work and tries to stop bleeding, sort of makes tourniquets where he can, and also tries to apply some herbal anti-infectants. He doesn't really know about germ theory because that's not a thing yet, but he knows that if you apply these herbs, they don't tend to get the strange rots.
Okay.
Otherwise says, yeah, this one should recover. Props him up against the wall. Yeah, he's not going to be waking up anytime soon, but he'll live. Anyone else you want me to help out with?
I'm gonna loot the corpses.
Looting the
Sure
corpses.
thing.
Time-honored tradition, right?
Indeed.
It is
Mm-hmm.
always an option.
The time-honored tradition of looting the corpses.
Okay.
That was some really good application of trickery to get them to come to us.
It took a while, but it was worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, part of the problem is that you guys were a little too effective. They were scared of a
they were
scared.
monster, so they didn't want to come out and face it. Okay.
But it worked in the end.
You
You have
find.
given me inspiration, Xencarn, for using that ability effectively, like in a combat situation.
All right.
Every ability is a combat ability if you use it right.
Very true.
You find 4 light crossbows still in good condition. 23 crossbow bolts among all of them. A mysterious key. A pearl. 1 ration. Or no, 7 rations, sorry. 7 rations amongst them. That haven't been cooked to a cinder. And their swords. 6 scimitars.
All right, Koni's going to take one of the scimitars.
Okay.
I will have the pearl. Because I can probably use that for magic.
I'll grab 2 of the bolts just so I can replenish my stock from what I used.
Yeah. Flint will look around and say, anyone want me to detect magic over any of this stuff?
Sure. I mean, I doubt the swords are going to be magical, but you never know.
Fair
Well,
enough. Give me 10 minutes.
well, they're worth taking anyway. We can add them to the town armory.
Yeah, we can.
And, well, we really should. Well, with the 2 ones you managed to save there, we'll at least prove to everyone in town that, especially those what were annoyed, that there were actually bandits out here.
Got me worried, honestly, is the fact that Fox friend said that the Shadow Wolves and these guys weren't necessarily connected.
Right.
We solved one problem, but there's another one.
Mm.
That one kind of freaked me out. Like,
One
Man
thing-
can only solve one problem at a time.
fair enough.
I
I wouldn't want to be fighting them both. Sorry, Koni. Go on.
was about to say more or less the same thing. Let's just fix one thing at a time while we can.
Yeah.
Who else wanted a scimitar? I think somebody's mentioned scimitar.
I already got one, Flint says, pulling out a scimitar. There's sort of
Wait.
like an interesting flame decal on it.
Wait, did you say one of the scimitars is a +1?
No. I think
Oh.
somebody mentioned they were taking one of the scimitars.
That
I
was Koni.
Coney?
Mm-hmm.
Koni.
Alright, anything you don't want to take, I'll look back. The armor. Let's step in for armor too. Don't have much of the proper way of armor in the armory.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Actually, kind of deadly. Of course, nothing much happens around these parts until now,
Yeah.
apparently.
Well, nothing happens till it does.
Yeah, can't argue with that. Well, I guess stuff is happening all the time. We just don't see it. Like, if a tree falls in the forest and that sort of stuff, and no one's around to hear it. I mean, is that like illegal
Right.
logging? They get away with it anyway. Anyway, I think I'm ready with my detect magic, and GM willing, Flint will finish the spell.
Okay. You cast detect magic, but the key is magical.
What about the pearl?
Not the pearl. Nope.
The pearl is not magical. Okay. Oh, but hey, identify. We can now use the identify spell, possibly.
Yeah.
Because it requires a pearl. You find a magic key.
Yay.
What school of magic is on it?
Conjuration.
Conjuration. Interesting. I was expecting abjuration, but conjuration is more so a little saucier. Yeah. Flint looks at the key and says, "Oh yeah, that's magical. Conjuration based too. That's interesting. Normally, I think of keys as unlocking stuff, and that's like abjuration's wheelhouse. I think. I don't know. I am a
I could be
wizard,
wrong
but-
because it doesn't say on the key itself.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It could be
Flint just looks at it, swings around on his finger, drops it because he's not as dexterous as he thinks. Smirks and says, yeah. I won't quit my day job.
You do see that
mhm.
on the head of the key, there's a question mark etched into it.
Oh.
That's not.
That's
Isn't
not good.
suspicious at all.
I think Flint sees that, raises an eyebrow. Oh, that can't be good. Why does the key have a question mark? Come on, you're supposed to know what this goes to. Like, what if it opens up a door to the plane of, I don't know, ranch dressing or something? What is ranch dressing anyway? I don't know.
I think the imaginary pizza place carries it as a dipping sauce.
The place you told me you dreamed about. Yeah. Sounded nice.
I've seen better, I've seen worse. So, do we take these two losers back to town?
We probably should. Question is, apparently there's a violent beast in here. How much should we be concerned about that? And do we feel like we're in any condition to possibly investigate it? The sun is sort of getting like to zenith. We might want to take a break and have a snack at least. So, like,
Oh, we could just like barricade this entrance up again. That would at least slow it down, and then we come back at our leisure to take care of it.
your point. What if it's a shadow beast
Deal
that
with it
like
when it becomes a
comes out
problem.
and
Right. Well, you're the magical type, so was this were there any magic? Was there any magic to? He gestures around.
there's a magic
This
on the
door?
key.
At
On
one
the
point,
door.
it might be broken.
I think he still has detect magic up. Is there any magic on the door?
No,
Last
there's
pretending.
no magic.
Flint shakes his head. Nah, if it was magical, it certainly isn't anymore. I don't see any traces of it. I mean, I could take a walk around in there, although I'd like some company just in case something jumps out at me. Just try and
Right.
look for maybe what this key goes to. And
Right.
Flint will walk in, waiting for someone to accompany him. And we'll start to investigate, making a perception check just to make sure that nothing sneaks up on him while he's doing this. Or hopefully not.
I guess Koni will go with him, holding a torch in one hand and the scimitar in the other.
So yeah, Flint walks in.
Yeah, going through, it looks like the bandits have basically kind of set up an emergency camp in here. Some of the stuff here looks like it's been there for a long time. But yeah, they held themselves up in here pretty well.
You know, we should search this place for other belongings, and also, yeah, maybe we should tell Sarge to maybe ask to see if we can get people to patrol these mines every so often, just so this doesn't happen again. Let's see. Do I see any doorways that appear to be enchanted? Because after all, unless the 10 minutes on my detect magic have expired.
You do not see anything else enchanted in here.
That just causes Flint to narrow his eyes even further. Is there anything that leads deeper into the caves?
No. This one's shallow.
Flint just narrows his eyes and says, "They're complaining about a monster. This is as deep as this cave goes."
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, unless
Unless
okay, yeah, let's start searching. Maybe there's like a hidden passage where they put like a box under a hole they dug on the ground or something.
Sure thing, yeah. Also, it is possible that it maybe came from another cave and they were hiding out and they ran back here. Maybe there's a map.
Koni, you do recall that is exactly what they were discussing. That apparently they were somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Ran into something and they came here to hide.
Wait a second. Why are they so wasteful? Because we've already found that one camp out in the woods, and the bandits were clearly living in here. How many people are hanging out in the woods?
To be honest, there's a lot of people in the woods. Just not everyone considers them people. But if you mean this kind of people, I don't know. I didn't see a lot of them.
Let me rephrase that. How many interlopers are hanging out in the woods these days? Because it seems like we've encountered like 2 camps that are, and not enough people to fill them.
I honestly don't know, and that's kind of why I'm thinking of asking Giles if maybe we can get some patrols around these parts at some point. Maybe not in the woods, because that might upset the fair folk, but around here.
We should also probably ask the bandits if they've encountered anyone in the woods.
That's a thought. But anyway, let's turn this place upside down and see what we can find. Hold on a sec, and Flint will just sort of put his hand on Koni's shoulder, and we'll give you a guidance, and then say, I'll take a look on my own, and that's just a little help in case you need it.
How many of those things do you have?
It's a cantrip. Although using it does mean that I have to drop them detect magic. That's fine though. Concentration. So is this investigation or perception?
Investigation if you're actively looking for something here.
Okay, so in that case, that might be a little bit different for Koni, a different modifier. So what's your investigation perception?
I rolled perception. So let's see. We want to change the roll. Let's see. Instead of E +3, it'd be a +1. So 16 + 2, that's 18. So yeah, I would have just gotten a 16 investigation.
Okay. Not seeing
Also,
anything new.
That's supposed to be +2, so that's actually an 8, but an investigation is still kind of crap.
Okay.
So 16 investigation doesn't find anything.
Nope.
Do we find any of their belongings? Did they have any maps or anything, or
Everything they
know.
had was pretty much on them because it doesn't look like they
Okay.
really had enough stuff to set up a second camp, as it were.
Right. I think Flint just looks around, just yawns. Didn't sleep well the last night.
Wonder
Sort of
why.
lets Koni do the heavy lifting, and then sort of walks back and
Thanks.
says, "Yeah, sorry about that. Just wasn't bringing my A game." But place looks a little barren. You think what you said is if what they were saying was correct, then maybe this is just a ramshackle place they set up because they were running like mad. Hold on a sec. I'm sorry. Go on.
I don't know. Like I said, we should just really just talk to these losers back in town and take it from there.
Yeah, probably. They're certainly losers compared to you when it comes to the card games.
And fighting.
Yeah, that too. Anyway, let's get back to the rest. This place gives me the willies. Oh, hey, there's the ghost rock. Picks it up.
Hell yeah,
Yay! All hail the Ghost Rock.
Ghost rock. It served us well.
And then he just brings it back to Benqua, puts it in her hand, and says, "Good job."
Thank you. I turn off the ghost rock, I guess.
Yeah, pretty barren there.
Otherwise, it will just go on literally forever.
Forever. Flint turns to Sarge and says, "This place seems to have been pretty hastily assembled. Koni reminded me that they said they were actually setting up camp here to run from whatever attacked them. So
Right.
there's something at large. And they said there was apparently in another mine, I think. So there's something in these mines that isn't great. And also, if only we had more people, we could send patrols to prevent this. Anyway, sorry, go on.
I just had a sickening thought.
What is it?
Maybe it's just because rabbits and foxes don't get along all that well. But you don't suppose that talking fox, fey, spirit thing was actually the monster that these guys ran into, do you?
Thinks about that. Well, if he was, or they were, I should say, I don't know which or either, if any. If they were, they weren't confined to a mine, and
it seems kind of convenient. Seems awful convenient unless the shadow wolves are causing trouble for everything living in the woods. I don't know. It seemed a little convenient that fox showed up and tipped us off to where these guys were and what they were planning. And hell, you couldn't even say that the fox was lying because it did say that there were 2 separate threats. It didn't say he was. It didn't say whether or not it was a threat.
In any case, we've solved one. If the fox turns out to be another, well, I guess I'll lose a conversation.
It's a problem for another time.
Yeah.
Still, we should probably investigate further. If the fox is indeed not the other problem, they said that us killing the wolves didn't end them, if that makes sense.
Oh, it did.
I don't know. This is creepy. Fairies, I get. Ghosts, that's weird stuff.
Yeah.
Ghost fairies.
Oh, don't even mock me. Wait. Who said that?
It was the Rock.
The Rock.
Maybe. Hold on. I'm just bleeding a bit from my nose here. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a little dry.
Wait, in real life or?
No. Wait, what is real life? It's real life.
He's metaing.
Is this just fantasy?
Flint's nose just starts bleeding more heavily.
No, this is Patrick.
Okay.
It's been possessed. We have to take him down.
He's spouting gibberish.
Speaking in tongues.
The tongues. Okay, so looks like we are going to take our one live bandit back to camp, or yeah, back to town.
One time at
Yeah.
bandit camp? No.
Yeah,
One time for bandit camp.
must be tripping over my own tongue. All right. So now that this place is cleared out, you got the loot. You head back to the village. And before you ask the question, yes, Sergeant, there is a jail cell at the constable
Excellent.
house.
It's a single jail cell, I'm sure.
Sarge made it himself.
You can stuff 3 or 4 people in there if you wanted to.
I mean, yes.
But
I assumed that we could probably fit. It wasn't like a small coffin-sized jail cell, but
It's
you
meant
know.
to be one person, but you can fit.
If it is, it says
multiple in.
abandon hope all you who enter here.
But it says it in Elven, and I don't speak Elven.
Yeah, yeah. Speak
Elven
friend
is
and
now
enter.
Latin.
Yes.
speak friend and enter. Okay.
Melon.
All right. Well, your bandit friend will wake up in a few hours once he's healed up a little bit. And for the rest of you, yeah, that will be it for today's session.
Sweet.
We'll pick up
All
at
right.
the village and go through loot and questions for our bandit and see what's been going on since you've been charging out, beating people
Sure
up
thing.
for
Dope.
profit. And thank you to everyone who listened either here or later on when I upload this to YouTube. Thank you to my Patreons. You can follow me on patreon.com/DegoDragon. Thank you guys for playing. You are a great team.
Adios.
And adios.